I am joined by Igor Alcantara today, who is the Director of Data Science and Director of Education Services for our elite partner, IPC Global. Igor, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Kurt. I mean, we're doing a lot of events together, but it's the first KPI.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't know, Igor and I, with some others from IPC, host a quarterly webinar, and we have tackled topics from we've done AutoML automations, we just did tabular reporting, and those events are always fun because we usually do it as a happy hour webinar where we ship out certain beverages to people as well, and then you get to take a sip and drink while we do the webinar, and those have been fun. But yes, first KPI. So thanks again for joining me. We're going to jump in and we're going to talk a little bit about Qlik Connect, which is the big Qlik user conference coming up in the beginning of June, which IPC, I believe, is going to have a booth at, which is exciting. And there's some other tidbits too that we're going to get into. So as we're promoting this event, as we're prepping for this, why do you believe it's important for customers to attend?
Well, I think your conference is not only Qlik Connect, other conferences, and I think there are a lot of benefits, but I think the main benefit is like you have knowledge of 6 months, 1 year compressed within 3 days. It is a great investment because it's basically you bought your own DeLorean as a time machine. You just jump yourself in the future a few months or even in higher year. It is actually true. I mean, people who've been in this kind of conferences before, it is actually true. And how much it costs, like 1 day of training, is already paid for the conference. So I think it's highly beneficial, and also all the networking, and you aware of the roadmap, what was going on, and what other customers are doing. Maybe you find some interesting use case you can apply in your own company. So it's really valuable.
As you think about different Qlik tours that we've done and other conferences we've done and other Qlik events, what out of those things you just mentioned, what's your favorite part that you kind of always walk away with from these conferences?
Well, I like a lot the keynotes because there's a lot of times at IPC, especially my department, I work with data science. So we always pushing the boundaries of innovation. So we're trying always new things. But sometimes you question yourself, I'm going to the right direction, or I'm just like this lone wolf and nobody's following. And then you go to the keynotes, you kind of align your strategy. You say, okay, yeah, oh, that makes sense. What they're talking about is what we're talking about. So we align. So I think that's the most beneficial in terms of strategy, where the company is going, either partner or customers. But also all of the training sessions, you have contact with these people you only know by Qlik community, or only know them by name. You can actually interact with them, and also there's after conference parties and drinks, and always fun. But I think it is a very interesting opportunity for networking, learning, and aligning strategies.
What are the things immediately as you read through a breakout session that pique your interest because you're just piqued and you're thinking future, or you're piqued because we've been having that same issue, or it's something that we're trying to figure out? So there's the two ways to think about it. What are we trying to initiate, or we're in the midst of right now that we need answers for? What is our long-term strategy over the next year, 2 years, that this starts to get information in my brain about how we need to be thinking about this and plan our data strategy and our data roadmap for to involve where Qlik is headed. So I love that answer, and I think it's a strength where you can't. I've seen people just attend conferences, but this is the kind of conference that like you could just attend and you'll get something out of it. But if you actually attend with a strategy in mind of where you want to land at the end of this and how to dig in, it's going to be way more beneficial to you and your organization.
Actually, that's a very interesting point. That well, it's what we do at IPC, and we recommend people to do. Our customers, when we invite, do your homework. Like, what is your main goals? Do your homework prior, so you have more benefits. And also, another thing that I forgot to mention is that it gives you a sense of community. You're not the only one working with this technology, or the only one who's struggling with this specific use cases. There's a community, and we can benefit. It is, yeah, it's a very
No,
interesting opportunity.
So part of the reason I wanted to talk to you, not just because I like talking to you, but part of the reason is there was an exciting announcement that you've been picked to lead one of the breakout sessions at Qlik Connect this year. So flipping it on its head, because usually there's some other people from IPC or myself involved in doing some of the sales aspect of this. You're the education, the data science guy. I need you to tease your topic a little bit, share about it, and tease why people should attend your breakout session this year.
Yeah, so my breakout session, it's about, so the official title is Qlik in Research in the Scientific Method. So I love science. I always study science. I always like science. And I think we can apply scientific knowledge to anything in our daily lives, and why not in analytics? So it will be also a showcase, or we'll actually have a demo at the end where I show where we apply this. So, but I start not with just, oh, this is scientific methods and how I apply in Qlik. That'll be boring. And you know how I like to present. I don't like boring stuff. So little spoiler, I start by talking about how we humans, we see things in the world, in nature, and we make assumptions about it and why those are dangerous. And then there's a little bit of like why we use science, and then how do we do an actual science research project, and can we do it in Qlik? And we actually done it many times. Then I'll have a showcase and why it's beneficial. So that's without giving up so much, but
Right.
so we have a little bit of comic books in my presentation. We have a little bit of history. We have a demo. So already, it's already submitted, so it's all ready
It's
to go.
it's fully baked and ready to go now. It's
Oh yeah.
just light tweaking and adding humor and all that stuff, which I always love doing webinars with you because we have a great time.
Yeah, no,
So
it's going to be great. So I hope people registered and attended.
yeah, listen to anybody out there that's like on the fence on this one, like go, you will be overwhelmed by the amount that you've learned and in the wonderful and fun way that Igor presents things too. Like it's heavy and you're like, where is this going? Then he starts just connecting all the dots and you're like, holy cow, that was good. And there's always a lightness about it too. It's a lot of fun. So I encourage anybody you see the breakout session, make sure you attend that one. So I wanted to get your thoughts too. You've been out there, you're doing education with people, you're in the data science world. There's been a lot of things going on within Qlik in the last 6 to 8 months that's been happening. What are you and maybe IPC in general excited about with what's happening at Qlik? And what are you seeing kind of the trends within the customers that you're talking to and working with?
So what I'm very actually vocal about it. What I find more interesting in the past, especially in the past couple of years, that was more prominent is, every year, we I study a lot of papers, a lot of articles about what are the trends of the market and why. There's a lot of buzzwords that is just it's gonna die after 3 months, but there's consistent stuff, and you see the history of who's publishing. Okay, this publication, this person actually knows what they're talking about, and they always was talking about where the data market is going to, and then even before the talent acquisition, I said, well, machine learning, language, AI, and in general, and data fabric will be the biggest things. And then 3 months after, Qlik announced the talent acquisition, and then new features in AutoML, and then side divisor gets even better. And then we said, oh, it is interesting because it's perfectly aligned with where the market is going. So it give us confidence that okay, we still pick the best technology. And what excites me about Qlik the most, and what I'm explaining to people, say, listen, Qlik is not BI. I mean, it does that, of course, but it's not BI. It's not AutoML. It is an integration platform. All of these auto platforms, they have like little Frankensteins, just little PCs, all priced separately. Oh, you need another piece to put them together. You need to learn 3, 4 languages, and like the fact that it's one platform, it's so much better. And actually, one of the things that I'm pointing out in my session, it's that, and to see how we're expanding to, especially in this data fabric, more data governance area. It's pretty good.
Acquisitions and talking about AI, which I know you like to talk about, I would love to get your thoughts on the announcement around the Kyndi acquisition. If you've kind of dug into that a little bit and what you think that means for Qlik in general and Qlik's customers, as well as IPC's customers.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting because all of these language modeling stuff is becoming big. There's a challenge in the industry. We don't know how to make money with it. We have some interesting use cases that we used, but we still need to grow our customer base that uses those language models in their platform. But the fact that you don't need to go when all of the integration is complete elsewhere, and then again, Qlik will have integrated platform to have all. I think it's really valuable because that's that's the path everybody's going. We're still at the beginning, so there's still time. It's not too late, but it's inevitable. And also, I'm sorry, just add one more thing. There always a risk when you integrate. I mean, and we find. I mean, we want to integrate other technologies. Like I do, like Hugging Face, for example. I'm a big fan of Hugging Face. I integrate within Qlik through the APIs or using automations. Great, but there's always a little bit of risk because it's another platform, and you send your data there. Of course, there's all of the process on what data you send in has to be de-identify, etc. But there's always a risk. So bringing some technology like that to the platform, inside the platform, so your data does not have to leave, also increase security.
So anything else that you would like to share before we go kind of about IPC, where you're headed, things that you guys are tackling within specific customer use cases that you just see, like this is a really cool use case that we've tackled and we'd love to share it.
Product innovation. So visit IPC booth. There's very interesting innovation projects that will be, I cannot talk much about it because I'll spoil the surprise. But there's a new product we are releasing that's related to AI, but it's 100% embedded with Qlik. It's pretty interesting. And I think take a look at the use cases that are related to AI. Our friend Dalton Brewer, I think he's presenting 1 or 2 sessions as well on that area. I think I'm definitely attending his session, and I think and uses an opportunity also for networking to talk to other customers to see what they're also struggling and share ideas and build this sense of community. And of course, most important session, Qlik Research and Scientific Method by myself.
Excellent. And I'll add on to that too, like, because you hint at something which is good. I've been to conferences where you have different people speak and you do breakout sessions, and you will never see that breakout session presenter ever again. They flew in or whatever to present. Like, but I like what you said, like, I'm going to go attend Dalton's stuff. Like, that is the thing, is like, you get done speaking, you're like, thanks so much. You're like, oh, I want to talk to you. And you will take time to talk to people. But I can also see you going like, I want to go attend this thing. Can we meet up later to talk about this? Because I really don't want to miss this breakout session. And that's the neat part about these conferences too, is everybody is all in on Qlik and is like, I have more to learn. I'm presenting something really unique that I found that's special, but I need to go learn from Dalton. I need to go learn from Mike. I need to go learn from a bunch of other people so that I can just continue to grow my knowledge. And that isn't always common at these conferences. It's really something special to Qlik and to see kind of that cross learning capability from people that are presenting to, I'm going to go learn from somebody else that maybe's only known Qlik for a couple years and I've been working in it 10, but there's more that I can learn from people. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that because it is a really unique piece.
And, when in social media you'll see a lot of those conspiracy things like this is things that the scientist does not want you to know. That's not true. Scientists, they love to talk about their stuff, and people who present, they love to talk about this stuff. There's nothing they don't want you to know. No, we want to know everything. And if you just ask us, you talk for hours. So if there is a presenter that you enjoy the session, engage, have a conversation, have a drink on Qlik during the night events. And we use it as an opportunity for that kind of networking. I still have contacts with like some of the Qlik developers, like the guys from Sweden who actually developed the product that I established in one of these Qlik Connect, was called Connections in another life. And it's a great opportunity.
Excellent. Well, Igor, thanks so much for spending some time talking with me. Appreciate your time. And again, guys, go see these breakout sessions. They're great. Make sure that you stop by and see Igor's. We appreciate it. Thanks, Igor.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, everyone, and see you there.